I want to take you back a ways. You were considering retirement before you got the job with Eddie Van Halen. Tell me about how your love of automobiles, you have a deep and abiding love of cars, how that brought you together.
So looking back now, it's so funny how things happen. So I buy this Ferrari 512 Boxer, my first really big time Ferrari. So I buy it from this guy in LA who could get one. You couldn't get one, so I found this guy and I bought it. So when I went on tour, I gave it to him for the first tune-up. And I guess while I was gone, Van Halen had broke up and Eddie was kind of down and out. And he had Lamborghinis that he would take to this guy to get service too, because this guy was an ace mechanic. And Eddie's looking at my car and he's going, wow, who's that? Whose car is that? That's a nice car. That for sale? He goes, no, that's Sammy Hagar's car. And Eddie goes, oh, because I'd met Eddie a couple of times. He was a fan of Montrose, my first band. And he's going, oh. And Claudio goes, oh, you should get him, you should get him into your band. He's a good guy. He's a good guy, you know. Eddie goes, you got his phone number? Yeah. Gives him his phone number. He goes in the guy's office and calls me. Now, I joined Van Halen. We sell 42 million records. They have 5 #1 albums, you know, and tour the world as one of the biggest bands in the world. That is pure coincidence. And I was ready to retire. I was leaving that tour. I just made a whole bunch of money, and I didn't know what I was going to do, but I said, I'm tired of working this hard. You know, since I was 26 years old, 24 years old in Montrose, 73, I worked every day of my life. I was either writing songs in a studio or recording songs or going on tour. That was it. I go, right, you know, new album, since 73, and then in 84, I'm going, that's enough. You know.
But it turned out it wasn't enough.
No,
so let's see.
I don't think there is now.
On March 27th, 1987, you perform your first show with Van Halen in Shreveport, Louisiana. I want to put an exclamation point. Remember, I'm a Texan. I know Shreveport for the hayloft country music. First, what were you doing in Shreveport, Louisiana?
We played, and I played before Van Halen, every city. I played Shreveport 10 times.
This was not the Louisiana Hayride.
No, we were in the arena, 10,000 people, 12,000, sold out. The first show, the album had, I remember all, Valerie Bertinelli's hometown, all the hoopla about me joining the band, but no album had come out yet because we hadn't finished the record, but our manager booked the tour. Right. The tour sold out, you know, first day, every show we did, 136 shows, whatever it was. And that show, I was scared to death because when we're going out, we're going to play the whole new album. I'm saying, I don't want to play just the old stuff. Let's put, you know, and Eddie and we all agreed, hey, let's show them what we got. We had a fantastic record, 5150.
Well, you're also under pressure because you're succeeding, I didn't use the word replace, you're succeeding David Lee Roth. Got to be a lot of pressure.
No, I didn't feel pressure. I didn't. At the time, as a solo artist, I was really as big as Van Halen. At that time, I was selling out double nights everywhere in the country. They were doing about the same. They had just hit that real big one with this song, Jump. They finally had their big, you know, not a #1 album, but they had their top 10, really kind of broke them into a different league of record sales. Mm-hmm. But everything else to us was kind of on the same level for a few years before that. They were more flamboyant, going out and, you know, being rock stars. So I felt so comfortable with the music that we were playing. I was fine. But I was nervous on that first show because I didn't feel that the audience was going to sit there and listen to us play a bunch of new stuff. But we came out and we opened the show and they knocked the barricade down and came rushing up, and Eddie and I just looked at each other, let's go. We got them. And that was a big ride for me, being in that band. We broke all the rules and all the records and everything we did. It was like...
Broke all the rules. Give me an example.